Some people call them cottonmouths. It was a very dreadful snake. In the early 80s, I bought a house out in the country on Little Bear Creek, and next door was a rock room that I thought someday I might make a studio out of it, but in the meantime, Jimmy and Janet were staying here.
The bed was where the studio is now, in the room next door. And I was working in music stuff and everything, and I always was up lots later than she was. It got to be 2 o'clock in the morning, and I went into the bathroom, and I was brushing my teeth, and I noticed this, what I thought was a cord on the wall. But then all of a sudden it moved. I just completely freaked out. I was like, I always told people that I levitated. I saw the little scales of the belly going down in the sink. I'll turn on the hot water. I have no idea why. I mean, it's just because I was just freaked out. All of a sudden, over to my right where the commode is, this head pops up out of the commode. And I jumped sideways that time at the same distance that I did. I discovered that if you flushed the commode, it would make the snake come up. I've got to go get Joe.
In these limestones, there's holes in a lot of the rocks. The snake came in through one hole, came up, sensed water, and then came out of that hole down into the sink. First thought was, we'll call the fire department. They said, we don't do snakes. The snake was black as midnight, and that white inside of his mouth, so we knew it was a cottonmouth.
And it lunged at us with that
open
white mouth. It was like, uh-oh.
Every time he'd do that, it was just like, you know. We kind of looked around for like something to catch it with or do something.
We're trying to see if we could figure out a way to do it without killing the snake.
We'd poke this pole. I guess it was more like it was long enough to where we could poke it there and not feel like we were going to get bit, but at the same time when we'd poke it down and try to pin him over to the side,
he's a little too close.
He would just hiss and we'd go, yeah! And we just started putting more stakes in there and just gradually closing in on him. Not
because we wanted to, but just because there wasn't any other alternative. Any misstep in it, one of us could have been killed. It was funny and horrible at the same time.
I still can't believe I saw that.